What is good, family? What is good? It's your boy, Urban Sports Guru. Coming to y'all once again. After a great workout. You know, I like to come to y'all. It's pretty much the schedule. Give y'all my picks for week 4. Now, for those of y'all that ride with me week 3, y'all made some money. Come make some money with me here in week 4. We're going to start off with Washington at ATL. Washington is given 1.5. In Atlanta. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know who the fuck to pick in this shit bowl. I really don't know. Because it's really hard to... I say by week 4, you get the understanding of who these teams really are. Yeah, for those of you who follow me, y'all know that I've said this yearly. That's why I don't really do my my top 5s videos and on IG until after week 4. Because everybody has their hopes and dreams of what they want to be. We're going to be able to do this. Coming out of training camp, everybody has all this optimism. And then reality start kicking them in the ass. And then you've seen how certain teams kind of took week 1 off. And now it seems like the first 4 weeks is kind of like preseason for certain teams. Because because the starters don't play, the veterans don't play, you deal with an injury or two. This is basically what's happening in the first 4 weeks now in today's NFL. And I think the Falcons kind of had some hopes of being scary if they really lucky being a playoff team. Washington came in with hopes of winning the division. And certain realities are kicking in. The reality that I told y'all before, that Washington does not have a good secondary. I know they went out, got Ronald Darby, not enough. I know they still have Landon Collins, not enough. They have a lot invested in that front line. I get it, and Chase Young is a monster. A monster. But collectively, that defense is not playing to its capabilities. It's not. They should have lost the game against my Giants. They lost against the Chargers, and they got embarrassed in Buffalo. Now we go to Atlanta. We all know how porous that defense is, but then, at least from their perspective, they played great against my Giants. I think that's more a product of the Giants' offense and Jason Garrett, which I'll get to later. And Jason Garrett more than the Falcons' defense being that good. And Arthur Smith offensively, we all like Arthur Smith because of what he was able to do in Tennessee. And Matt Ryan threw what should have been a game-ending interception that was dropped. So I don't really know what to make of these teams. I really don't know. They're enigmas because I think this is a game where we'll kind of show where these teams really at. Washington's giving 1.5. The Falcons have a hard time blocking up front, particularly in the interior. They got 4 first-round picks in Washington, but yet ATL handled the Giants front pretty well. And Giants, the base of their defense is on the interior. I expect a lot of double A-gap blitzing, a lot of blitzing interior because Matt Ryan is not mobile. I'm going to give the edge to Washington. Slight edge. It's a very slight edge. Next game, we have the Texans against Buffalo. Texans are where we thought they were. They're bad. And Buffalo is who we thought they were. They're good. They're 2-1 and should be 3-0 because they pissed away the game against Pittsburgh. And last week, they had a get-right game. And they took it out on Washington. And this is going to be another get-right game. The spread is 17, and they just might cover it. Taking Buffalo. Lions and the Bears. Now, talk all week. Number 1 story all week in football. I'm sorry, the number 2 story all week in football. The number 1 story I'll get to later. Number 2 story all week in football was Justin Fields and how Matt Nagy failed him. Et cetera, blah, 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 and all that shit is true. All of it is true. All of it. And Matt Nagy is really fucking this up. I'm going to be honest with you. I tried to defend him. He's really fucking this up. And then all week talking about, all 3 quarterbacks don't play. What are you doing? And the excuses that people are making, well, Justin Fields didn't get all the snaps. Then make sure Justin Fields gets the snaps. That's your job. That's your job. Okay, if you're going to go Nick Foles, then go Nick Foles. Make sure Nick Foles get all the snaps. What the fuck? This shit ain't hard. I mean, not everyone is a great head coach. Most guys are better coordinators. And the fact that you were a great head coordinator, with Patrick Mahomes, isn't maybe the best telltale sign that you will be a great head coach. We've seen this a lot with offensive coordinators who were over Tom Brady, who were over Peyton Manning. Adam Gase was Peyton Manning's offensive coordinator. How good was he as a head coach? But we've seen some things out of Gase as a head coach, so it's difficult to gauge. But the Lions are playing very, very hard. Dan Campbell talk about biting kneecaps. They're coming out and they're playing with that mentality. Penny Sewell's looking better every week. Whether they move him to right tackle, back to right tackle, I don't know. He's looking good at left tackle. When the other tackle, Taylor, whatever his name is, comes back, Lord knows what they're going to do, but he's looking better and better every week. Jared Goff is not a scrub. He's not a bum. And the defense is playing hard. They should have won last week. I like the Lions to get their first win for Dan Campbell. Now we got Carolina at Dallas. Quiet as kept. Who's the number one defense in football? Carolina. Quiet as kept. Who leads the league in sacks? Carolina. Got Hassan Reddick, Brian Burns. They coming at you. And we know how much better the offense has gotten. But now they got to go to Dallas. And they're playing against a juggernaut offensively in Dallas. Dak Prescott got things rolling. He's basically running the offense completely on his own. He's doing it masterfully. But he's done it against some bad defenses. I think they have the kind of offense that's going to be able to get theirs against whoever. Question is, how much is Carolina going to be able to score with the improvement Dallas has made on defense? This is the first time we've seen Sam Darnold against a good defense, and Dallas does have a good defense. The secondary is far improved, and you can see how good Chandler Parsons is. Micah Parsons, I'm sorry. How good Micah Parsons is. He's damn good. Dallas is giving 4. You know how much I hate the Cowboys, but I got to call a spade a spade. They will have a great regular season. They'll win this game. Indy versus Miami. Indy came in with a lot of hopes. So did Miami. Miami's quarterback went down. I think some people are happy about that. Indy's had some quarterback issues with Carson Wentz's health, some O-line issues. Miami can't get after the quarterback. Still opportunistic somewhat on defense. Games in Miami, Indy's giving 2.5. Former division rivals between these teams. I like Indy to get back to it, running the football. I like that, and I'm going to give the edge to Indy. Slight edge, they're giving 2.5. Now we got Cleveland, Minnesota. These teams kind of mirror each other, in my opinion. Offensively, they do. I think Minnesota has the edge in the receiver department with Adam Thielen. Justin Jefferson is a problem. Cleveland has a better O-line. Dalvin Cook, Nick Chubb. I give a slight edge to Dalvin Cook because I think he's more of a home run threat. But Cleveland has a better whole line, and Cleveland has 2 great running backs. So slight edge. As far as running game completely, I'll give to Cleveland. They run very similar offense. They both run the variations of the Mike Shanahan offense. Lead play action boots, a lot of that. And you have quarterbacks that can excel in that QB friendly offense. But question is, can they take it to the next level and not just be good, not just be seen as franchise quarterbacks that can get paid, but can actually take your team far in the playoffs? Both guys have finally won playoff games, but both guys are trying to get to the next level. I'm going to give a slight edge to Cleveland because I like Cleveland's defense better. Minnesota used to be so stacked on the defensive side of the ball, so stacked. They still good, look decent in the front 7. I don't like their secondary. Cleveland's secondary got right last week, but that was against Justin Fields. I think they had 1 net yard passing because of all the sacks. They won't be 1 net yet. Pricing Kirk Cousins is a hell of a lot better than that. I expect a close game. I expect Cleveland to pull it out in the fourth quarter, hold on to a lead, and pull it out in the fourth quarter. Now we have my Giants in New Orleans. New Orleans giving 7. This is basically a turnover bowl. It's basically which one of these turnover-prone quarterbacks won't turn the ball over. Daniel Jones has looked good the last couple of weeks, and the game's been spoiled for him each time. Jameis Winston looked good last week because the defense was able to force some turnovers. The defense makes you one-dimensional because they shut down the run game. The Giants have a hard time running the ball, period. Saquon's getting back and a terrible offensive line. And Giants have 2 receivers out. That puts more on Daniel Jones. I'm sorry to say. I expect some turnovers. Sorry to say. They're my boys. I see them taking an L. Then we got Tennessee coming to New York to play the Jets. Robert Salah, I hope I said his name correctly. I want to see him build something. But right now, I'm not seeing that. So when I look at Detroit, first-year head coach, you can see he's building something. My guy, Joe Judge, last year, first-year head coach. You can see even in this time of the year, there was 0-3. You can see they were building something. I'm not seeing that with Robert Salah. I'm not seeing the defense play. I understand he doesn't have the talent he had in San Francisco. I get that part. That part is understood. But I'm not seeing him look like they're building towards something. And look like they're screwing up yet another young quarterback. A young quarterback who's more talented than who they had before. I've said this all the time. I'll continue to say the situation matters that a quarterback gets drafted in. Patrick Mahomes got a gift of a situation coming to a playoff team with all these weapons. They just needed somebody who had the talent to take him to the next level. And he got to sit for a year behind a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback. He wasn't the greatest quarterback, but he's someone that can make a Pro Bowl, Alex Smith. He sat behind him for a year, and the rest is history. The fact that they don't even have a veteran QB there, I don't like that. Because I think this kid is talented. I think Zach Wilson is talented. I see some of the throws he makes and the way he does it very easily. Very, very easily. He is very, very talented. I don't want to see them fuck up another young quarterback, and the Jets have a track record of this. At least when they had Mark Sanchez didn't have this guy's talent. It seemed like they had Mark Sanchez who didn't have the talent of a Sam Darnold, doesn't have the talent of a Zach Wilson, but you had a coach that had a game plan and the structure and kept them within that, and they won. He just didn't have the talent to take it to the next level. That's why that team never progressed. Those first 2 years, that was the best you got out of him. Once they got more weapons about him, he never progressed. The thing is, okay, now you got some weapons around this kid, but you don't have the structure. You don't have any of that there. They don't have the defenses that those Jets defenses had under Coach Ryan. They don't have that. They didn't have that on Gates, and you don't have that on the Salah. At least not right now. I want to see the Jets build towards something. And now you got King Henry that had a get-right game last week. Looks like this is going to be another get-right game. This is basically making up for them wetting the bed completely in week 1 against Arizona getting embarrassed. They're going to come to New York. King Henry's going to put foot to ass. They're giving up 6. Take that shit. That is my stone cold motherfucking lock. They're going to force a couple of turnovers. Sorry to say. I got a couple of games I like this week. That's one of them definitely. Tennessee over the Jets, my stone cold lock. Take Tennessee. We got KC on the road in Philly. I like KC, give it 6.5. That's another one of my stone cold locks. I'm putting money on that game. And I like this game because I think KC got something to prove. I think KC got a chip on their shoulder. They're 1-2, and they very well could be 0-3 when you think about it. The defense is bad, but here's the thing. They're still NFL players. And you put NFL quality players against a quarterback that I don't think is an NFL starting quarterback. They all of a sudden start looking good. Even on the road. That's one thing they got to do. Literally one thing they got to do against Jalen Hurts. Just that one thing. Play action to boost. He's in the pocket. I'm not scared at all. I think they're going to throw a ton of blitzes at him, and I think they're going to force some mistakes. Sorry to say. And I think Patrick Mahomes is going to come out with an attitude problem. They're going to come out there with an attitude problem. I think this game is going to get ugly. I think KC is going to remind you motherfuckers who the fuck they really are. Take the Chiefs, giving 6.5. Now we got a great game. Arizona, 3-0 Arizona against 3-0 Los Angeles Rams in LA. Rams are giving 4. Right now, it's early. It's only 3 weeks in. This is week 4. I think the Rams are the class in the NFL. I like them on both sides of the ball. Their stars are in right positions, and they're playing like it. If they can keep Deshaun Jackson healthy, that makes their offense damn near unstoppable. Damn near unstoppable. The one impediment that you can say, okay, their running game isn't as good as it's been this year past. You don't have a Todd Gurley, and the other running back blew his ACL or Achilles, whatever it was. I can't remember. I'm sorry. But you have a much better quarterback, and you don't see so much of Sean McVay's system. Like I said, what was going to happen is Matt Stafford was going to help them with the straight drop back game. They can go 3-4 wide now. It's just straight drop back. We don't have to trick you with play action and all this misdirection and scheme guys open. No, we can do simple route combinations and he's going to find you. No matter what defense, like this is what Matt Stafford does. He gives them those kind of options. And he's balling right now because he has the talent and he has a defense that's going to get him the ball back, whether by stops or turnovers. The Rams look good. Damn good. Arizona looks damn good, and Kyler Murray's a motherfucker. But I think the speed of the Rams defense is kind of tailor-made for him. I mean, second to Lamar Jackson, I don't think anybody's as fast as him at that position. But so much of what he does is broken plays and shit like that. And one thing the Rams do, they keep contained very well. And I think him and Aaron Donald are going to get acquainted, and that's not a good thing. I told y'all before, Aaron Donald is baying in football cleats. This is not going to end well. I like the Rams in a very good game. Take LA. We have Seattle against San Fran in San Fran. These are always good games. Seattle and San Fran are always good games. San Fran lost a close game against, bad man Aaron Rodgers. A game that was pretty much losing, but then Jimmy G came down, made some plays late, and the defense gave it away. The front looks very good, as it always was. They have a lot of investment in that front. Nick Bosa, Javon Kinlaw is really coming along. And Seattle, the passing game is coming along slowly. Like I said, it's kind of like preseason for certain teams. I expect Seattle to get right. This could be a good right game for their passing game. I mean, a couple of games earlier, you saw Russell Wilson throwing a bunch of bombs, but I think teams catch it. They're not running the ball as much as they should. They could set up play action for some of those bombs. That's what I think they should do, especially if they run the football. They can kind of play keep away for that defense, kind of like what Denver does, and I'll get to that a little bit later in this video. San Fran is having a bunch of injuries at running back. I'm going to give the edge to San Fran because they're home. Solely because they're home. And when Seattle has won, it's because their defenses, they've had either one guy or their entire defense just play like monsters. When they won there a couple of years ago, I think Sunday night or Monday night, they had Jadeveon Clowney just put up a career game. Just put up the kind of games like remind everybody why he was the number one pick. The sad part is he just doesn't do that all the time. So they don't have someone like that now. They don't even have someone like that. So, I'm going to take San Fran. Now we got Baltimore at Denver, even money. It's funny because these offenses are similar, and I say they're similar because they run the football so much to play keep away, time of possession. Then their defense could play hard, play 3-6 plays, get you off the field, then do it all again. The thing that's hurting Baltimore is that Baltimore doesn't have the defense they've had in previous years. Denver does. I say that for a fact. Denver does. And the fact that Baltimore is doing more dropbacks than they have in years past, I keep saying that every week, and it's going to lead to turnovers, not just passing, but strip sacks. That has happened with Lamar Jackson. And now you got the deal. You got the deal with 58, Von Miller coming off that edge. And, you can run the ball on Baltimore now, not just you can get it deep on them because Denver has the playmakers. You can run the ball on them. Maybe not pound it down their throat, but you can run them. Denver has a great defense, so Baltimore can run it on anybody's, but they can somewhat control the run game, especially with the speed that they have. And I just think they'll get some turnovers out of Lamar Jackson. It'll be a good game. I'm liking Denver more and more every week. They keep the ball away from you. They really do. They keep the ball away from you. I like Denver in this game. Keeping Lamar Jackson on the sidelines is probably the best thing you can do. They're going to do that, and they're going to win. Pittsburgh is going to Green Bay. This is the last thing Pittsburgh needs right now. I was really optimistic. I wanted to be because I like Coach Tomlin. And the question was, will he finally have a losing season? And eventually I told you, yeah, he would have a losing season this year. Not by much. 7-9. I thought it'd be 8-10, whatever. It'd be close to 500. No, he's not. This team is not. This team is not. Ben looks finished. The offensive line, I expected it to be better because they brought new people in. I just gave them the benefit of the doubt, and it's not better. It's not better at all. The defense is good, and y'all heard me say this plenty of times. I hate to see great defenses wasted away by bad quarterback play, and this is what you have in here. Eventually, they're just going to have to go to Dwayne Haskins and see what he has. They're going to have to do that. And they had opportunities to trade up and draft a quarterback. They had opportunities, and guess what? They're not going to say it publicly, but that front office is regretting that shit right now. Oh, yeah, they are. And they're playing against Pittsburgh, and they're playing against Green Bay. That secondary is looking better and better. Secondary is looking better and better. Defense is looking better, period. And A-Rod is back to looking like A-Rod. I'm sorry. Taking Green Bay, that's another lock in my opinion. Take Green Bay, giving 6. Now we have the number one story in all of football. We have the Bucs coming to New England Sunday night to play the Patriots, giving 7. Now, Bill Belichick seems to me to be the kind of coach when y'all doing film and he's paying attention to every little detail. When you're sitting there saying, damn, I could never pick up that blitz. I don't know why that blitz always gives me trouble. I have this image in my head that he has a little book, that he's writing that shit down in the little book just in case he ever has to play against your ass. And now he gets his opportunity to throw everything in his little book at Tom Brady. And because of that, I think the first quarter is going to be interesting. Notice, I said the first quarter. Why? Because eventually, attrition, talent wins out. Talent wins out. And the great thing about football is it's not a 7-game series. Really, it's not a 7-game series. It's not like baseball. You have a 3-4 game series of playoffs, get a 7-game series. No, one-shot deal. That's it. One-shot deal. And because of that, and I know Tom is going to have them boys ready in Tampa to be ready to avenge him. They're going to be ready. They're going to come there ready to play foot to ass. They have the best tackle tandem in football, and they have the best linebacker tandem in football. Because of that, they have the best run defense in football. I don't care what their ranking is. I think they rank like 4th or 5th against the run. Nobody's running the football against Tampa. I'm sorry. New England needs to run the football. You can't run the football against Tampa. You just can't. I understand Carolina's number 1 against the run. No, Tampa is. You can't run the football against Tampa. So you put Mac Jones in a position where he can't run the football. And yes, Tampa's secondary can be had. They can be had. You can touch them up. Yes, you can. I just don't think they have the quarterback and the horses to do it. I don't think they have the quarterback and the horses to do it to keep up with what Tom Brady is going to be able to do, because Bill Belichick is great as kind of like Floyd Mayweather in boxing. He doesn't think about what your weak. It's not so much. It's not just exploiting your weakness. It's about taking away what you do best. Take away what you do best. That's what they do. But the fact that the Bucs have so many weapons, think about it. Antonio Brown's going to be playing, and he's not even the number 1 option. I'm going to say this again for a fact. Antonio Brown is going to be playing, and he's not even the number 1 option. I like New England's defense. They ain't got the horses to slow down. The Bucs are going to score 30-plus points. I don't think the Patriots can score 25-plus. Not in this game. I'm sorry. It may get uglier than that. Take the Bucs. That's my other lock. Now we have a great game. Great game. Las Vegas Raiders division game against the Chargers. The AFC West is damn good. Talk about the NFC West being damn good. The AFC West is damn good. You know it's damn good when the Chiefs in fourth place. Think about it. I like these two young quarterbacks. I really, really do. Every time I look at Justin Herbert, I think whoever's coaching Oregon should be fired. Because how the fuck you coach that at Oregon where you're getting recruits and you can't even get into the college football playoff? I need answers. I'm sorry. I need motherfucking answers. But I like the talent on LA better defensively. It's just that they're shit against the run. Raiders aren't really that good against the run, but I think some of that is because they've been in shootouts. Both teams don't run the football very much. I think the Raiders can run it better, though. I think the Raiders can run the football better. I think the Raiders have a better O-line. I like the Raiders coach better. And it's this division game. They're in LA. I'll give it ever so slight edge because I think the Raiders are more closer to being there than the Chargers. I'll take the Raiders. Those are my picks. Pay attention to my locks. It's your boy Urban Sports Guru, and I'm out. Salute.